Tonight, if someone breaks into your house, what's the first thing you do? You grab your phone, you dial the emergency number, and within minutes, someone in uniform shows up. But that system, that phone call, that uniform, that response, is barely 200 years old. For 50,000 years before that, when someone attacked you, nobody came. No number to call, no badge, no court, no law written on paper. And yet humans survived, tribes grew, civilizations were built. So how did people stay safe before police existed? The answer is darker, stranger, and more fascinating than anything you learned in school. Let's go back, way back, to a world with no rules except the ones you enforced yourself. Imagine waking up 50,000 years ago. You are not alone, you live in a group of about 25 to 50 people. You know every single face, every name, every habit, every secret. There are no strangers in your world. Everyone you will ever meet today, you met yesterday too. This wasn't just community, this was your entire security system. Because when everyone knows everyone, cheating, stealing, violence, it all happens in front of witnesses. You can't rob someone and disappear into a crowd. There is no crowd, there is only the group. And the group had a memory longer than any prison sentence. Anthropologists who have studied living hunter-gatherer tribes found something remarkable. These societies had almost no formal leadership, no chief with absolute power, no judges, no jails. And yet they had order. The system that kept people in line wasn't punishment, it was something far more powerful. It was reputation. In a group of 40 people, your reputation was your entire life. If you were generous, brave, and trustworthy, you ate well, you found a partner, you were protected. If you were selfish, violent, or dishonest, something worse than prison happened to you. People stopped talking to you. Researchers call it ostracism, but in the ancient world it wasn't just social awkwardness. If your tribe stopped acknowledging you, stopped sharing food, stopped including you in hunts, you were finished. No one survives alone in the wilderness. Not then, not with predators, cold, and starvation waiting outside the group. Being ignored was a death sentence delivered slowly. And people knew it, which is exactly why it worked. The fear of being cast out kept behavior in check far more effectively than any law ever written. But what happened when conflict couldn't be avoided, when someone in the group crossed a line? Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Studies of hunter-gatherer societies across Africa, Australia, and the Amazon show a consistent pattern. First came a warning, public, in front of everyone. Then came shamming, the entire group would talk about what this person did, loudly, repeatedly. Then came silence, complete social withdrawal. And if none of that worked, the men of the tribe would gather, no trial, no appeal, no jury. And the threat was eliminated. This wasn't murder in the way we think of it, to them it was surgery. Cut out what will kill the body before it spreads. Now let's talk about the danger that came from outside. In 2016, researchers discovered something chilling at a site called Nadaruk in Kenya. They found 27 human skeletons, dating back 10,000 years. Crushed skulls, broken knees, hands fractured in positions that suggested people were tied up before they were killed. Men, women, children, all of them. This was not a battle between warriors, this was a massacre of an entire community. And it is the oldest confirmed evidence of organized group violence in human history. No police responded, no investigation was opened, no one was arrested. The only protection those people had was their tribe, and that day it wasn't enough. This is the brutal truth about prehistoric safety, it wasn't about justice. It was about power, collective power. The bigger your group, the more spears you had, the safer you were. Alliances were formed between tribes, not out of friendship but out of survival math. Two tribes together could fight off what one tribe alone could not. This is where diplomacy was born, not in palaces, in caves, around fires, out of desperation. And inside those alliances, there was always one person who held special authority. Not a warrior, not the strongest man, not even the oldest. The person who understood the rules. Every hunter-gatherer society ever studied had a version of this figure, a mediator, a peacekeeper, someone trusted by both sides. When two members of a tribe had a serious dispute, they brought it to this person. He didn't have the power to arrest anyone, he didn't have a weapon of the state. He only had one thing, the respect of everyone in the room. And somehow that was enough. As human populations grew, something changed everything. Around 10,000 years ago, farming began. Suddenly humans stopped moving, they settled, villages became towns, towns became cities. And in a city of 5,000 people, you don't know your neighbor's name. The system that kept everyone safe, mutual knowledge, reputation, social pressure, it stopped working. Because anonymity is the enemy of accountability. When no one knows who you are, you can do anything. Crime didn't just increase, it exploded. Property disputes, theft, assault, fraud, all of it spiked as populations grew. For the first time in human history, the tribe was too big to police itself. And so, for the first time, humans tried to replace the tribe with something written. In 1754 BC, a Babylonian king named Hammurabi created the oldest surviving written legal code. 282 laws, carved into a stone pillar, displayed in public so no one could claim ignorance. If a man destroys the eye of another man, they shall destroy his eye. If a builder builds a house and it collapses and kills the owner, that builder shall be put to death. Harsh, yes, but revolutionary. For the first time, the law applied to everyone, rich or poor, powerful or weak. For the first time, punishment had a limit. You could not take more than what was taken from you. This was not cruelty, this was the first attempt at fairness in human history. But who enforced these laws, who made sure people followed them? In ancient Mesopotamia, it was temple guards and royal soldiers. In ancient Rome, there were the vigils, night watchmen who patrolled the streets. But these weren't police in the way we understand it, they protected the powerful, they served the king. The idea that law enforcement should protect ordinary people, that concept did not exist yet. The first real attempt at a professional civilian police force came much later. In 1829, a man named Robert Peel created the London Metropolitan Police. His idea was radical: police should prevent crime, not just respond to it. They should be part of the community, unarmed, accountable, paid by the public. Peel's 9 principles of policing said something that sounds obvious today but was groundbreaking then. The police are the public and the public are the police. The officers were nicknamed Bobbies after Robert, and the model spread across the world. In just 200 years, that model became the foundation of public safety for billions of people. But here's what makes all of this quietly extraordinary. For 99% of human history, there was no system. No badge, no radio, no patrol car waiting around the corner. Just people watching each other, depending on each other, protecting each other. And what kept communities safe wasn't fear of punishment. It was something older than law, older than government, older than civilization itself. It was the knowledge that you needed each other to survive. The tribe was the police, the community was the court, reputation was the sentence. Today, when you walk to your car at midnight and feel safe, that feeling has a 50,000-year history behind it. It started with 40 people in a cave deciding that no one gets left behind. That no one acts alone, that the group protects its own. Police didn't create order, humans created order, and police are just the most recent version of that instinct. The next time you see someone in uniform, remember, that badge is 200 years old. But the idea behind it, that's as old as humanity itself. Because we didn't build civilization by being strong. We built it by refusing to be alone.